So lately, the entire world and their mothers have been obsessing over one hypothetical scenario. What would happen if 100 men took it upon themselves to fight a gorilla? Spoiler alert, they'd end up just like the 100 guys who tried to take down Bonnie Blue, physically wrecked or mentally broken. But don't worry, that's why I'm here. Today, I'm building the dream team, the squad that's finally gonna end the gorilla threat once and for all. The dream team of 2025. After all, someone's gotta lead this operation, and who better than me? But before I start listing names, we need to lay down some ground rules. 1. We're talking about an average silverback gorilla.
That's tough. They got you locked up for life, my boy. The hell wrong with you? Hey, yo!
This beast is basically 200 kilos of pure violence wrapped in muscle and rage. It can tear trees out of the ground like weeds and sprint faster than you can open your Uber app. And that's before it gets angry. 2. I can't pick fictional characters. Otherwise, I just go with Superman and Levi Ackerman and call it a day. 3. No dead people. The fighters need to be alive at the time of filming because this isn't a hypothetical scenario. After this video goes live, the team is heading out to a real savannah to face a real gorilla. Catch the rest of it on Mr. Beast's channel or something. 4. No weapons. Sorry, gorilla. No Remington 870 for you today. 5. The team will consist of men only. Not because I'm a misogynist or anything, but because the meme and the challenge are about 100 men. So sorry, ladies, you'll have to sit this one out. 6. And most importantly, fear is real. This isn't a video game. When the first guy gets ripped in half by the gorilla, the rest of the team is going to feel it. So yes, mental toughness and fear response are key factors in this fight. Alright, now that we've established the ground rules, it's time to build the team. Our 100 warriors will be divided into specialized squads, each with a critical role in securing victory. Because at the end of the day, we were made in the image of God. We're the dominant species on Earth. For America. Alright, let's get into it. The first group is the most important. Everything rises and falls on their performance. These are the guys who support the entire operation, who give more than anyone else. And if they don't bring their A game, the whole mission is doomed. I'm talking, of course, about the cannon fodder. The brave souls who throw their bodies into the fire for the sake of the team. The ones who probably won't live to tell the tale. So let's begin. First up, Kanye West. You can always count on Ye to distract the gorilla with some absolutely insane quote. Don't worry, Kanye. Your sacrifice won't be in vain. You'll buy the team some precious setup time and maybe even give them a morale boost. Joining Kanye is Conor McGregor. As much as I love him, I can't deny he's probably going to be a great distraction. Unlike Kanye though, there's a small chance he might actually do some damage. With them, we've got the Paul brothers, Aiden Ross, Ben Simmons, DJ Khaled, Vinicius Jr., Will Smith, and the team mascot, Hasbullah.
Believe it!
Yes, that Hasbullah. He might be a grown man trapped in a miniature body, but the man knows no fear. He'll definitely have some kind of psychological effect on the gorilla. Confusion, mostly, but it's better than nothing. These 10 are here to annoy, confuse, and provoke the gorilla. They'll make sure the main assault team gets a much better opening. The gorilla won't be in peak mental focus, and who knows, maybe 1 or 2 of them will even land a hit. But that's not the point. They're bait, human shields. And no matter how you slice it, they are the cannon fodder of this challenge. The next group is the core of this entire operation, the bread and butter, the main strike force. These are the foot soldiers, the ones who will charge the front lines, seizing the opportunity bought by the cannon fodder's noble sacrifice. Some of them will meet the same brutal fate as their predecessors. Others might just live to see another day. But this charge, this moment, lives and dies by their hands. Leading the charge? Shaquille O'Neal, the closest thing humanity has to a gorilla. And now that he's back in shape, he's going heads on with the beast, backing him up. Charles Barkley, mostly to piss off Shaq and keep him hyped up. Then we've got the 15 highest ranked UFC fighters in the world rolling in like a pack of MMA Avengers. And with them, Dana White, promising a multi-million-dollar contract to anyone who survives the battle. But wait, There's more. Randy Orton, the apex predator himself, master of the RKO, the most electrifying sneak attack in all of wrestling. Steven Adams, Saquon Barkley, and Myles Garrett, human tanks with legs. These guys are going toe-to-toe with the gorilla, face-to-face, man to beast, and it's going to hurt. Altogether, that's 22 warriors. They'll join the 10 bait members from earlier to form a chaotic and glorious wave of human defiance. Joining the main strike force is the secondary strike team, the Shadow Unit. These guys don't play fair. They go for the eyes, the groin, the pressure points. They're not here to impress. They're here to cripple. They won't charge head on. They'll flank from the sides, from behind. Their natural hunting grounds. Leading the Dirty Squad is Draymond Green, a master of unconventional warfare and low-blow diplomacy. Flanking with him, the Bloodline, reinforced by The Rock himself, pure Samoan fury. Roy Keane going straight for the knees. Ron Artest, Sergio Ramos, and Pepe, chaos incarnate and absolute pain. And then there's Andrew and Tristan Tate, not really for physical damage, but to psych the gorilla out and plant the seed in its subconscious that it might just be a beta male. Psychological warfare at its weirdest, rounding out the squad. Brock Lesnar, also known as White Shaq, the ultimate muscle backup. That's a total of 13 warriors in the secondary strike team. Not the stars of the show, but if anyone's rupturing organs and shattering egos, it's these guys. Now let's not forget the home front, the morale crew. These guys won't throw punches, but they'll keep everyone from giving up when the gorilla starts tearing arms off.
I am the hype!
Leading this team is David Goggins, the man whose voice alone can resurrect fallen soldiers. Though we'll need to tone him down. We don't want to enrage the gorilla unnecessarily. With him, Kendrick Lamar and the remaining 5 male members of Linkin Park together, this crew of 7 vibe warriors will provide rhythm, rousing speeches, and battle music to fuel the chaos. Joining the squad are Speed, Kai Cenat, and his Asian friend Ray, Drusky, Flight, Neon, Asmongold, Markiplier, Moist Crity Cal, and PewDiePie. They're not exactly morale support, but more like the hype squad. Streamers who, with just the right amount of dumb confidence and peer pressure, might actually charge straight at the gorilla because it's all part of the content. Their brains may not be wired for survival, and even when they're different from each other, they're all part of the same breed. They will bring to the table chaos and laughs. That brings us to roughly 2/3 of our total 100-man unit. The next group is also a support squad from the rear. But unlike the motivational unit, this one's all about laughs. The comic relief team. Leading them is Kevin Hart, who could seriously confuse the gorilla. Alongside him, Adam Sandler, Matt Rife, Pete Davidson, only because Kanye was mentioned earlier, Chris Rock, Gabriel Iglesias, Eddie Murphy, and Joe Rogan. They'll throw jabs, mock the fallen, keep the vibes up. Some of them even have friends on the front lines, so they'll be there to lift spirits. In short, these are the vibe guys, playing a slightly more active role than the motivational team. The next group is in charge of protecting the rear. These are the old heads, past their prime, but still holding a few tricks up their sleeves. They'll step in when necessary to reinforce the ranks. Leading them is the legend Mike Tyson, who once said he wanted to fight a gorilla. Now's his chance to prove himself. Alongside him, Sylvester Stallone in full combat mode, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Hulk Hogan, Big Show, Dolph Lundgren, Jet Li, Jackie Chan, Jason Statham, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Terry Crews. And in a category of his own, Chuck Norris, who won't jump in right away, just to give the gorilla a fair shot. The OGs, they may need some tea and massage breaks, but they can still throw a punch and go full Rambo on the gorilla. Expect an action-packed 90s movie vibe, with explosions and special effects galore. When the dust settles, they'll probably still argue about who would win in a fight, Chuck Norris or the gorilla. The next group isn't who you'd expect to see on a battlefield, not as fighters at least, but they play a crucial role in this war. What they lack in muscles, they make up for where it counts. The brain. And maybe down there too, but I wouldn't know. I'm talking about the idea guys, the strategists. It's a tricky group though, because too many of them in one room can lead to full-blown nerd ego wars. Endless arguments about whether Star Wars or Star Trek is superior. That's why they need to stay focused. Leading this team is Elon Musk, a man who's made a career out of claiming other people's ideas as his own. He's got experience. Joining him are Magnus Carlsen, who can see several moves ahead,
I can see the future!
and Robert Irwin carrying on his father's legacy and bringing in vital guerrilla intel. And now, we arrive at the team that could make or break this operation.
FBI, open up!
The ones who are true masters of their craft. I'm talking, of course, about the Special Ops Unit. Commanding this elite squad is none other than John Cena, a man who can literally turn invisible. Right behind him emerges P. Diddy, slick, ready, and oiled up. The gorilla has no idea what's coming. Drake's here too. Because if the gorilla's under 18, he's already on the case. Mark Zuckerberg joins the crew as the team's resident reptilian. This just might turn into King Kong versus Godzilla. Then we've got Messi, Ronaldo, LeBron, and Tom Brady, the certified GOATs, each radiating an aura too powerful to ignore. Sean Schemmel is here because he's the voice of Goku, and that alone might tip the scales. And finally, Donald Trump, Earth's president, who's ready to fire the gorilla and completely destabilize it mentally.
Get that son of a bitch off the field right now. Out. He's fired. He's fired!
Backing him up is his trusty lackey, Kim Jong-un. And now we arrive at the conductors of his symphony, the decision makers on the ground, the ones pulling the strings, making the calls, and ensuring total victory. First up, Clint Eastwood, the eternal cowboy. When he's around, there's no panic, just that calm, squinty-eyed confidence that everything's under control. By his side is Rob Pelinka, because if there's one man who can get Luka Doncic out of Dallas, he can definitely convince you to charge at a gorilla. And with them, Patrick Stewart. What can I say? The man just radiates peace. You feel safe when he talks. Even the gorilla might surrender. And in spot number 100, from a safe distance, far outside the splash zone, the ultimate warrior, me.
It should have been me, not him! It's not fair!
Cause let's face it, only I can make sure this operation starts and ends exactly as planned. So there you have it, the final, ultimate list of the 100 men who could defeat a gorilla. I've probably pissed off most of you, and that's fine. Everyone should have their own list. But at the end of the day, mine is the correct one. Feel free to rage in the comments, drop names you'd add or remove, and I'll see you in the next round of internet absurdity. Hit that subscription if you like my dumb humor. Peace,